In this video, we will talk about simplifying fractions. There are two methods for simplifying fractions. One, we can do repeated division, and in repeated division, we look for common factors between the numerator and denominator, and we divide both the numerator and denominator by that common factor. Or we can use the second method, which is prime factorization. And in that method, we make a numerator that is composed of all the prime factors of that number and a denominator with the same thing and divide out the common factors. Let's start by doing problem 6. Problem number 6 is 10/24. And I'm first going to use repeated division. With repeated division, you could start with any common factor and just keep going till there's no factors in common. The factor I see in common here is going to be 2. So I'm going to divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2. The numerator becomes 5, and the denominator, 24 divided by 2, that's going to be 12. 5 and 12 do not have any more common factors, so that is the most simplified version. Now, let's do it again with prime factorization. To do prime factorization, I have to find the factors of each number. 10 can be broken down into the factors 2 and 5, and since each of those is a prime number, then I can stop. Now, 24, I'm going to just pick two numbers that multiply together to get 24. So let's do 2 and 12. Now 2 is a prime number, so that's why I circled it, but 12 is not a prime number. So I'm going to keep on going with the 12, and that'll be 3 times 4. Now 3 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle that one, but 4 is not. 4 is a product of 2 times 2. So now I have the factors for both of these numbers. I'm going to rewrite my fraction of 10/24 in terms of their prime factors. So 10 is going to be 5 times 2, and 24 is going to be 2 times 3 times 2 times 2. I'm just writing down all those numbers that I circled. Then what I would like to do is I'm going to divide out any common factors. Well, in the numerator, there's a 2, and in the denominator, there's a 2. So those divide out. And I'm left with 5 in the numerator. And then the denominator, I'm left with 2 times 3 times 2, which is going to be 12. So I get 5/12 again. All right, let's do another one. We have 12/27. And I'm going to do it with repeated division first. To do repeated division, I'm just going to divide by any common factor. When I look at 12, I think of the factors that make up 12. So 2 and 6, 3 and 4. I think I'll start with 3. So I'm going to divide the numerator by 3 and the denominator by 3. I get 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4. And the denominator is going to be 27 divided by 3. That'll be 9. Now 4 and 9 do not have any other factors in common, so we know we've simplified it enough. Let's go ahead and do it with prime factorization. First, I'm going to find the prime factors of 12. 12 is going to be 3 times 4. 3 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. 4 is not. 4 is equal to 2 times 2. Both of those are prime factors. So I'm done finding the prime factors of 12. Now I'm going to find the prime factors of 27. Really, we just start with 2 factors and keep going until we're left with just all prime numbers. In this case, I'm going to say that 27 is equal to 9 times 3. Well, 3 is a prime number, but 9 isn't. But 9 is the product of 3 times 3, and both of those are prime numbers. All right, let's rewrite our fraction in terms of the prime factors. So 12/27 is going to equal, well, the numerator is going to be all the prime factors of 12, which is going to be 3 times 2 times 2. And the prime factors of 27 are going to be 3 times 3 times 3. Now I'm just going to divide out the common factors, which are 3 in the numerator and 3 in denominator. Now you'll notice the numerator and denominator have no factors in common. So we know we're done. And we just need to figure out the product of the numerator, which is going to be 4, and the product of the denominator, which is going to be 9. So we get the same answer, just 2 ways to get there. Now let's do 63/81st. To show the repeated part of repeated division, I'm going to first divide out the common factor of 3. In the numerator, I'm left with 21, and 81 divided by 3 is 27. Now, we know we're not done because 21 and 27 have a factor of 3 in common. So I'm going to divide by 3 again. I'm going to divide the numerator by 3 and I get 7, and I divide the denominator by 3 and I get 9. So now I am done if I'm using a repeated division. If I'm using prime factorization, I'm going to first find the prime factors of 63. When I think of 63, I think of 9 times 7. 7 is a prime number, 9 is not, so I need to find the factors of 9. The factors that multiply to get 9 are going to be 3 times 3. Both of these are prime numbers, so I'm going to circle that. Now I need to find the prime factorization of 81. When I think of 81, I think of 9 times 9. Neither one of these is a prime number, so I'm going to keep going. The factors that multiply together to get 9 are going to be 3 and 3. Both of those are prime numbers, so I'm going to circle them. I'm going to do that again for the second 9. Now that I've found the prime factors for each of these numbers, I'm going to rewrite my fraction. 63/81 is equal to 7 times 3 times 3. I'm just taking all of the numbers that I circled to get that. The prime factors of 81 are going to be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. I'm just taking the prime numbers that I found previously. Now I want to divide out the common factors. Well, we have a 3 in the numerator and a 3 in the denominator. And then we have another 3 in the numerator and another 3 in the denominator. Now we no longer have any common factors in the numerator and the denominator, so I'm left with 7 in the numerator and then 3 times 3 in the denominator, which is 9. And that is 2 methods for simplifying fractions.